kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Bruins offense will take the first swing of the game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
The pull and throw off the RPO. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bruins line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Both these teams have had some good moments this year, and they'd love nothing better than to improve their bowl positioning, build a little momentum by getting a win in this one.
You're just trying to punctuate the season, right? How big would it be for one of these two programs to finish the year as a ranked team? It would help them so much in the offseason with recruiting and really help their confidence looking ahead to next year, David.
And confidence and momentum and just learning how to win. A part of that is a part of the process of being great in the future. And this team, learning how to win, finding ways to get it done, it's only going to build momentum, and hopefully you can carry that over to next season.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answer so far. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll pull it down and run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on 4th down. Instead, they back up. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Ended with a field goal. The kickoff team out there to send it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Oh, they're after him! And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. You know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Finds some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Jamison. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Going over the top. Hauls it in down the sideline. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble on the defense got it. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Cornhusker. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. All wideouts, no backs. Back to pass, it's Harrell. Zings it complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Caught over the middle. It's Blade. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Here comes the heat. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Running to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Crosses the 35. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. The Huskers want to crank the tempo. Quarterback making checks. Sends it back in motion. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. This is a designed run. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? UCLA will go back to work on offense. Leaves it with the running back. Turning it on. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement.
There he goes. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at Cornhuskers will hustle to the line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
And the Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the... And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Bruins. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Not a chance he lets that one go. He's bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll go to the ground. Running into the open space. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. There he goes to the right. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The Huskers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husker!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Power football with the run. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Blade. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Tillman. The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
And the Bruins are marching down the field. Makes the catch. It's Jamison. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bruins pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Dropping back, it's Harold. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Pickup of 14. And that's good enough for a first down.
And the Bruins look to do some damage in the red zone. From the gun, running back gets the give. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play.
Trying to rumble in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And now on second down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Hit as he throws. This time on target. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. The give to the tailback.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, he still got him on the turf. They'll try the run. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throwing right. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was in that last game.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got it. 1st down and more. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Good right down the boulevard. That brings them to within 1. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They go to the ground. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Looking to throw, it's Harrell.
job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
So now it's 2nd and long. They try to pop a run on the draw. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Cornhuskers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got it on the sideline. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Nebraska! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller. That's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here, lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air, it's Harrell. Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Bruins decide to punt it away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable.
There he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Huskers have this offense rolling. Looking downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Third down play from the gun. He's got his man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the defender. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Looking for space. It's Turner. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The play fake on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Send the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch at the 35. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First play of the drive comes from the 41. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Terry.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive game.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
The Cornhuskers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stopped.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Calls his own number. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense picks it up.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out and earn it. You had this thing under wraps.
And in this situation late, when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Makes the grab on the show. Pours that shoulder, delivers the blow. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Now improvising. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up. To throw, it's Harrell. They go to the wide receiver screen. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. And the Bruins trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Got room at the 35. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. The Huskers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They're going to go right back to him on first down. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
The Cornhuskers headed quickly to the line.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Finds his tight end. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to keep this drive alive. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
29 Philly.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Off play action. Still looking on the move. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
And how about this defense? Not getting frustrated. They've given up a bunch of yards. You're down in your scoring area, but nice job bowing your neck on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down. Getting frustrated. Good job focusing by this defense.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And let's let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Boston College will need to mount a comeback, but these fans remember when Zay Flowers earned All-America honors. They know this game is not over. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Duke. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got his man. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Harrell. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Lost a throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Baker.
This quarterback looks in complete control, not flustered, end-of-the-game situation, connecting on his passes. Nice job knowing his answers. Got to keep this rolling here to try to make this thing interesting.
Rushes on him. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. 4th down, gotta have it here. Snagged in the middle. It's Baker. He did not get there, and they'll have to give up the football, and they might have just seen this game slip away. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. One possession game, getting late. First order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Breaks into the open. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do.